along the way. Let me ask you guys this. Who did you vote for as the offensive player of the year?
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I think I went with Bijan.
Garrett, did you vote?
Yeah, I went Bijan as well.
I can't hear you.
Mike's not on.
Okay, and I voted for Bijan Robinson last year. I was wrong. He had a really good start, and eventually he got hurt, and, of course, their season went down the drain, but I voted for Bijan Robinson. Who did you vote for as defensive player of the year?
I might be a homer pick, but I picked Dylan Doyle because I think he's going to have a million tackles.
I said tre'vius hodges-tomlinson, the defensive back from TCU.
Yeah, I haven't finished mine. It's due tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was today.
No,
Okay,
I'm going to do mine tonight and finish that. I did like half of it as far as the ranking of teams, and I did like offensive player of the year. Bijan, look, that's just the name that makes sense. Like, if I go back tonight and I start looking over some things, that I could potentially see myself switching, but there's just not a great candidate to switch to. I mean, he's the top of mind, most proven-ish, most hyped, and most well I guess, set up to really capitalize on being that expected preseason player of the year pick. He's got to stay healthy, of course, and their O-line's got to be better than it has been, but, I mean, he's just the obvious choice.
The only person I think I would pick maybe over him, like if I was going to be contrarian, might be Deuce Vaughn.
Yes,
but
no,
absolutely.
Yeah, and those were my two running backs.
But yeah, I mean, like, but Bijan also, you got to kind of look at the situation about look, Deuce Vaughn's going to put up some great numbers because, I mean, he's the best player on that offense. But also the way that Kansas State is set up, they're not going to have as many 40-point games as Texas is. Just because of the way that they run things. Texas is probably going to, when they win games this year, it's going to be in the 40s, I would think. And I'm talking 45, 34 kind of games that they're going to play, which means Bijan Robinson is probably going to put up some pretty eye-popping numbers, not only running the ball, but catching some passes as well, which I think puts him over the top. Although, you know, and part of it, that's not offense, it's special teams. Deuce Vaughn has that element too, but I just think that the way that, you know, with a redshirt freshman quarterback who may be as talented as anybody, and even the receivers that they all have, I mean, that offense is going to run through Bijan.
Deuce Vaughn's got a new quarterback too.
Yeah, he does. By the way, there's some Xavier Worthy mentioned.
Yeah, he should get mentioned.
His stats, because he was spectacular.
Yep.
I mean, on a team that was not very good.
He's better than Bijan almost, in my opinion, as far as just like the big, massive play that really like sparked them. He was, I mean, that Oklahoma game.
Yep.
And that was him just going toe-to-toe almost by himself with Oklahoma, you know, early on, it felt like. But, no, he absolutely deserves mention.
But does Nayor, along with some of the other weapons, and if what's the young man from Cuero, Whittington, can he stay healthy?
I mean, we've been saying that for 3 years.
I know, just like we've said that they might be better. And there's a little bit of that discussion in the chat room. But you wonder if that Worthy's still going to have spectacular plays. They're going to be able to throw it all over the place as well, like they did last year. But if that may cut down a little bit because of the weapons that they have to throw, including the tight end.
Ewers find a guy that he locks onto and have more of a favorite that's not Xavier Worthy. I mean, I don't know, though. I think he's probably going to be the dude, and it's a matter of who has even more of a crazy year. Is it him or is it Bijan? But, yeah, some of their other additions, I mean, Quinn Ewers, I'm sure somebody's voted him just simply based off of hype, because that's all these lists really are. I mean, in a lot of ways, and I think especially for Offensive Player of the Year, if you go on paper, like who's established themselves, Deuce Vaughn has. Bijan to a lesser extent, that's as much hype as it is production. But Deuce Vaughn's had both. So I wouldn't blame anybody for voting him. Defensively, I think it is more of a bit of a grab bag. Tyree Wilson out of Tech is a good pick. Dylan Doyle, you said at Baylor, is a good pick. Siaki Ika, if somebody wanted to say him, I wouldn't blame him. And you could go on and on.
Overshown, if in fact things are better for them on the defensive end, is a spectacular-looking player who at times has been a little bit inconsistent in his career as well.
And I should say this, like, I know people want to maybe say Quinn Ewers, but I mean, let the guy do it first.
Yeah, come on,
let
man.
him do it.
Well, that's why there's Newcomer of the Year, which then that is another category. And that could be Ewers, that could be Gabriel, that could be J.T. Daniels.
Who's the kid from
Wyoming?
Wyoming?
Josh White, the linebacker from Baylor. Who knows?
Yeah, who's the guy from Wyoming? The wide receiver.
Wide receiver, yeah. All right, so, man, we appreciate a lot of you as well.
Could be Adrian Martinez,
Yeah.
At K-State. If he really tears it up there.
It's our show. We sign off.
You know, I mean, I know that would suck for Nebraska fans, but it very well could happen. I mean,
if he has a great year, a really good year, and they end up being good because of him, I like him. it was just such a waste of 4 years for everybody. Many times as he would look, wow, look at that.
I will predict this if this happens. If after watching a Kansas State game and they're down on the sideline, like, what an unbelievable college football change performance from Adrian Martinez, you will cry. You will, just a little bit, like a couple of tears.
I'm numb to it.
I'm
numb to it. No,
You say that.
I think he still has, again, like somebody said, the problem with him is, can he, in the big moment, make plays? Will they put him in position? And we know about what happened at the end of games a year ago.
Put it this way. If it was the Rose Bowl and you replaced Vince Young with him, he would have fumbled it like the 1 yard line, and it would have kicked off his foot and scoop and scored for a 99-yard touch. That was the story of Adrian Martinez.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so we will all turn those in. I've turned mine in. You can turn yours in. We appreciate those. You really do. To feedback and give us your opinion on the top 10, we appreciate that very, very much. When we